What's up? I
It
am
is.
very well.
Good.
Always good.
Listen, great to have you back on the show. The latest offering of Cobra Kai, I think it was this week, was it? Is that what you were making this week on the internet?
We did a few things. We just released one not long ago. Um, just a bit of banter back and forth with Joe Joyce. It's good fun.
On the creative side, we've spoke about it a little bit in the past, obviously throughout the course of the pandemic. Do you find that getting into that creative zone actually helps the process of camp? Because it is a very lonely place, isn't it, preparing for a fight? Having those little bits of extra things to keep your mind occupied, do you think it helps during fight camp?
Listen, all of it helps. It is camp is lonely because you're in there putting in the work, but you have your team around you, and when you add these sort of opportunities to create content, it just gives you a bit more. It's fun. It's the sort of fun part of it, and I mean, we do have fun. We go bowling, we play instruments, we watch movies and all that, but it's just another one of those things that you can add to the fun factor of camp.
One of the things that, sorry, Ed, good evening, Joe.
Good evening.
One of the things that's come out this week is that Andy Lee is not allowing you and Tyson Fury to spar each other. And I want to know why. And two, as the big Gypsy King putting in the hard work ahead of December the 3rd already?
I'm not sure why we're not able to spar. I mean, we do a lot of body sparring, and it's like body sparring is hard. Like we smash each other to the body, but we haven't really done the full sort of contact sparring. Not sure why, but we had sparring partners in camp though who gave us great work to prepare for Joyce. And Tyson is training here and there. He's busy doing a lot of other things, but he does join in a few sessions here and there during the week. Well, when we're in camp.
Have we not heard though? You know that this fight is being signed for December the 3rd. Has he not got down and dirty already then?
No, I haven't heard anything. I mean,
You're a good man, Joe. Either
I haven't heard.
you're batting him off
anything.
well tonight, man. You're batting him off. Well done.
I wish if I had some news, I'll be the one to break it. Imagine me breaking the news.
Listen. From your point of view, this fight was verbally agreed. Obviously, no contract signed originally, and we saw that it was announced last time Tyson was out against Dillian White. We all got extremely excited, and then, of course, you took your path with your new promotional deal and television deal. Fantastic from that point of view. But then there was obviously a point of back and forth of whether this fight was going to happen or not. How delighted are you that in a world where so many excuses are made from promoters and broadcasters as to why fights can't happen, that your promoter and Joe's promoter have managed to come together and the television companies have managed to come together to get this fight on, because it's a fight that the fans are absolutely thirsty for?
I believe this is a great fight. You've got number one and number two fighting each other, and I am very delighted that all the parties have come to play. They've all come together to make this fight happen. And I know there's a lot of fights that haven't been able to be made because of the broadcasting and promoters and managers. But I'm very happy that we're able to lock in this fight. Well, it's been talked about, and it's a fight that I feel will give a lot of action in this fight. I think we're both going to come to fight.
The ramifications of it as well are incredible. For people that haven't been keeping up to date with the heavyweight division and maybe only concentrating on Tyson and Alexander Usyk and Anthony and their narrative, the winner of this fight is prime for the WBO, because that's what this fight is basically all about. And if Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua do have a fight, and maybe multiple fights, that will leave Alexander Usyk without dance partners. And if you're the number one with the WBO, you're in prime position to be fighting for a world title in 2023.
Prime position, but it's the winner. You know, this fight it's all about winning. And for me, my plan is to win next weekend. And then my plan is I'm locked in for a rematch clause, which I think is totally rubbish. There should be no rematch clauses if you're not champion.
Agree.
But I think they're a bit doubtful that something might happen, or I might beat them, and they need this for safety. So I have to beat them next weekend, which I will. I'll beat them again in December. Then, listen, when I'm at number one, I would love the opportunity to fight anyone. And if it's Usyk, it'll be great. It'll be a great fight. But Joe Joyce, he's the man that I want to smash.
Throwing ahead, say you win against Joe Joyce. There's talk at the moment, if Fury and Joshua fight each other, Joe, there's talk about Usyk looking to fight Deontay Wilder at the moment. early-ish next year. Wilder obviously has to beat Robert Helenius as well, coming up in
November.
In October, November, isn't it?
Yeah.
November. That presumably there's an option there that you might fight the winner of Wilder and Usyk, and they're both guys we need to see you in against.
I would fight absolutely anyone, Gareth, anyone and everyone. But there's no point for me talking about those fights and beat this guy in front of me. So until I beat this guy, I would love to fight anyone and put me in the ring of anyone. I'm keen to fight anyone. And I want to be one of those fighters who would get in the ring and fight anyone because as a fighter, you don't want to make excuses. You want to challenge yourself against the best in the world.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay,
You know,
how do you beat this guy then? Because he said he doesn't want to be hit as much in this fight. How do you beat, without obviously giving game plan away, we know what Joe is, we know what you are. How do you beat Joe Joyce?
It's about how I turn up. I mean, Joe Joyce has one style. They come forward, good engine, throw punches, and put on the pressure. But it's how I want to show up to this fight that really matters. It's about me. I got a good game plan with Andy. Andy is a master at game plans. And I think, it's about being smart, but also mixing it up. And, he wants to avoid being punched. But how can you avoid, what has he been working on to avoid getting punched? I don't know. Is it movement? Because I haven't really seen a lot of, faster movement or faster punches, or you know what I mean?
The only fight where he was effective was using that jab against Daniel Dubois, where he kept him off him, to be honest.
Very good jab he used in that fight, yeah.
Regarding conditioning, Joe, have you done anything different going into this fight? And listen, you're always in top condition. Your hand speed's electric. You've got great footwork as well. But as you've just mentioned there, with Joe, he has got a great engine on him, and he does get quicker, if we could call it that, as fights do progress. So have you had to change anything regarding your strength and conditioning in order to plan for that 12-round onslaught next weekend?
Well, we've kept the strength and conditioning the same, and I've actually broke some personal best in camp with the weights. Also, there's circuits that Andy's added into camp, but also the sparring. We've lifted the level of sparring, but also the number of rounds that we've done in camp. So, going into this fight, there's absolutely no excuse. I'm strong, I'm fit, I'm healthy, and I'm ready to go. And if he beats me on a day, that means he's better than me, and I have a lot more work to do, but he ain't going to beat me.
I can tell, right? I don't know about you, Gareth, but there seems to be an extra spring in your step or an extra spring in your voice as we're speaking to you right now. In the past, of course, it's been there and you've been excited about particular fights, but there seems to be a little bit of something extra this time, Joe. Am I off with that? Or am I on it?
Say this as well? Winter is coming. The heavyweights are
have
gathering.
Have you gone Game of Thrones?
I have.
You've gone Game of Thrones
I have gone Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. The heavyweights are gathering. The clouds are gathering. Ruiz has just won. Wilder's just about to win, I believe. Two of the greatest heavyweights in the world right now are going at it next week, and we are there a few feet from live for talkSPORT, a few feet from you and Joe Joyce doing this. We are so excited. Do you feel it?
I feel it. And I felt it. Listen, as soon as you started talking, the winter is coming. Oh,
That's
mate,
it.
That just got me right there and then and there. But the passion I have for boxing has come back, and then I have a lot more of an understanding of myself as a fighter, and I was understanding the training and just the whole camp life. And I'm enjoying it and loving it. And there's no reason why to enjoy fight week and enjoy the fight that's ahead, because that's the reward for all the hard work we put in.
We kind of forget that you became world champion relatively young in your years, and therefore it's only now that many would class that you're starting to come in to your prime. Do you think, obviously, that length of time has given you a deeper appreciation of the level that you're at and where you're at and the things that once you've achieved that you want to get back to those levels once again?
Yes, I've achieved all those things, good things at a young age, but I didn't really appreciate it at the time. But now that I'm a bit more mature and this passion is a lot stronger and I'm more motivated and driven, when I do get the chance to fight for it again, I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna stay there as long as I can. Obviously,
you're based quite extensively in the UK now. How are you enjoying as well the way that the British fan has taken to you? They seem to have adopted you as a British citizen, don't you? You're one of the guys up in Morecambe there, down the old. I'm not saying that you're down the old fish and chip shop, mate, but I'm sure that they see you in the cafes and all that type of thing.
How did you know I was at the chip shop?
You do seem to have been adopted by the locals.
Yeah, they call me around here Morecambe Joe. I'll tell you the thing, though. I feel like I'm at home here.
Yeah.
And the longer I stay, like I got my local cafe that I go to, my local Sainsbury that I shop at. I just feel like I'm at home, and everyone shows a lot of love. And I'm honestly grateful and thankful to all the people that welcomed me into this country and made me feel like I'm at home.
Well, we enjoy having you here, mate.
Part
And
of the fabric.
listen, you're always fantastic value on this particular show, but more importantly, you're always fantastic value when you step through the ropes. And we're looking forward to not only experiencing you on the microphone this week, but witnessing you doing your thing once again next Saturday night, mate. Enjoy the week.